Okay, so I was incorrect about side decking it not to Bollinger. Obviously must have thought that we did not need it. Spending a bit of time contemplating whether or not to mulligan this, I believe. He's chosen to play last, so I guess we're first. We have all our mana. I mean, the Shimmering Grotto will give us our planes. The Great Bramble will certainly hold the fort. Another sketchy hand, I guess. But even if we do get lots of land, so long as we're not dead, we've got plenty of ways to use it. Like Creeping Corrosion seemed like it could have been quite fun there, if we were not on such a low total and such. Well, Great Bramble is looking forward to eating that guy. I mean, there's the argument that I should maybe wait and then flash in the Village Bellringer for the ambush, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this guy in. He seems big enough. He doesn't die to Brimstone Volley or anything, or at least not before trading, or eating his guy. Crossway Vampire, I think, is his upcoming play. Probably not now because he got the double planes. But Bonds of Faith, or him using removal on the Great Bramble seems acceptable. Given my hand, I actually don't want him to do that, and I would rather have played the Bellringer. Hindsight being 2020. But because I've not got a lot of action, I'm more hopeful for him to just pass and do nothing, or to like run his guy into mine, which I don't think is about to happen. Fiend Hunter, that's actually probably the worst thing, because it also does not trigger my spider spawning. I also don't have that many ways to kill the Fiend Hunter. White-green does not typically hold a lot of real removal. It has Bonds of Faith, which doesn't do anything to Fiend Hunter, and Prey Upon. Now that his Neonate has also gotten that +1/+1 counter, the Bellringer is just going to never be able to kill him. The only thing I can really do is to, like, I've now learnt my lesson. I'm going to flash him in during combat to block, so he can't use like a sorcery effect or a Crossway Vampire to prevent me from blocking. Although that said, I'm only going to be able to do this like a couple of times. It'll make them bounce off each other, but I won't be able to kill it, which is what I was really hoping to do, get a free kill. If he had Fiend Huntered the Bellringer afterwards, we'd be more than happy about that. Given the creature stat you can Fiend Hunter, that's the one that like you'd rather than do. So he's tapping some mana during attacker's step. Not really too sure what it could be. Moment of Heroism, I guess. If he had it as well, it would have meant that he could have used it. He could have used it on his guy. Well, he clearly seems to have nothing then. Did not expect that. Travels anything in it? Was he thinking about casting that and playing it, using it during combat? Well, Caravan Vigil was a terrible draw there. It's basically more... It's the same as drawing another land. We're going to just use it to get another land out of our deck. Technically one less to draw. We'll get the swamp, of course. And now we have both sides of Spider spawning. We just need some guys to die. Mulch would be a good... well, Mulch would actually technically not be a good draw, because we don't want any more land, but we do want our graveyard filled up. Nightbird's Clutches, as we said. This also means he's going to get in for a lot more of his Blood Plays Neonate. Because he's going to attack this turn, and he's going to be able to attack on a future turn if he wishes. It being a 4/3 now as well means that my Bellringer cannot block it infinitely. And we've drawn another land. But we knew this could happen. I mean, we've drawn 1, 2, 3. We've only drawn 3 land. We kept 5 to begin with, so. Did not get there with the defensive hand. I mean, if you take away that neonate, if we have a way to remove that, or like if we get some spiders out, he's not. We're not dead yet. We've got quite a bit to go in this game. If the Fiend Hunter is killed, there's certainly potential for things. The Raven Sentry is a good draw. I can certainly trade with the neonate if we need to. We could even... No, triple blocking would kill the neonate, but that seems to be really bad. I think we're just going to let him kill the Unruly Mob or the Village Bell Ringers to grow our other two guys. Crossway Vampire, so somebody's not going to be able to block. Whoever he chooses is unable to block out Bell Ringers Unruly Mob. I would still block with the other, given how far behind we are. But he chooses for us not to be able to block with our best guy, even though our best guy is not able to kill his. So I think that was a little bit incorrect of him, but it's not. Yeah, when you're far ahead and you make little mistakes, you can afford to be a lot more sloppy than if you're behind and making mistakes. Alright, okay, so we're drawing some spells now. Another big guy. I'm really going to, if I get the chance to, I will trade the militia with the neonate straight away. I decide to attack. That seems quite risky. Not too sure why I did that. I do have to get some damage onto him at some point. I need to be able to win. So I guess I'm backing on him not having any removal for my Grizzled Outcast. And if he does, so long as I can still block with my Unruly Mob, I feel like I'll be okay. I mean, the spider spawning, I'm hoping that spider spawning will get me back into it, like it did the last game. I have one guy in the graveyard right now, 3 on the field. Grave Bramble, like I said, sadly did not die. And we're going to be able to spider spawning twice this game, so long as time and pressure, or lack of pressure, allows us to. So the best scenario for us here would be for him to attack with both his guys, and for us to trade our 2 guys. That's probably not likely, but he has to attack with the neonate, regardless of what he has or what he's drawn. So we will have another guy in the graveyard for definite. I would maybe not block with Grizzled Outcasts, try to make it 7/7. If I draw another land on my turn, that's almost certainly what I would do, because playing spider spawning for 2 spiders is not, we're definitely the pressured side, but I would still want more value out of the spider spawning, because we're not quite dead yet, we're not that desperate where we need to play it instantly or die. So there's the idea of maybe making them a 7/7, which would dominate the board at this point in time, or I can just trade off, get another guy in the graveyard again, Unruly Mob would grow into a 3/3, and that would allow us also more time. I think, as things stand, if he was just to attack, Grizzled Outcast would block. Quite a moot point at this point now, because he used a removal spell on it, instead of on the Raven Militia. So I get to choose what I want to do here. I think the best thing would be to trade with the Crossway Vampire. The militia can still attack with the Tangle with the neonate. I'll take 5 here, but his neonate will die. I've now got they're about the number of creatures that I'd want for a spider spawning. The Boneyard Worm was also quite a good draw. He uses up all our mana perfectly, and he's a sizable body. Okay, so a bunch of spiders and a free. So once again, all things being equal, oh, I actually didn't want to tangle with the blood crazed neonate. I want to trade all my guys into him. I suppose that's kind of okay. It means you can only kill Bone Grub Worm and a spider, or 3 spiders, and then I get to flash it back again. Alright, neonate has to attack. I don't fancy dying, so let's run all our guys into it. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's tapped out, so I actually don't need to like use another spider. So he's got Bone Grub Worm as the last one to die. 2 spiders to die, I think is what he said. Just trying to work out what Modo is actually doing and how it works. So, 3 guys in the bin still. Flashback spider spawning would give us still just three creatures. Okay, so he wants to put another Bone Grub Worm in there. That makes our spider spawning slightly better as well. Do I attack with the militia? If he blocks, I can kill. His only effective block is Chapelgeist and Mausoleum Guard on militia, killing it and giving him 2 1/1 flyers, which I think is profitable for me. If he takes the damage, he'll take 5 and be on 5, and we can do it again next turn. He's only on 2 cards. I'll have more spiders to spawn, and can also play a Orchid Spirit. I think I like the idea of attacking the militia and then just casting spider spawning again. That said, I seem to be tanking for quite a while. Does he have any flashback cards? Or am I thinking of something? I actually think I was AFK there. The cursor wasn't moving. Yep, it seems to be like a snap attack. Is this a chump? No, he's doing what we thought he would do. Alright. This also gives us more spiders as well now. 5. Playing the Awkward Spirit is maybe a case. There may be a case for that. Given that none of his guys he can only block with the spirits, and he would need to block with both in order to kill it. But 5 spiders is quite hard to pass up. Given that none of his guys can kill the spiders, and he's not on that much life. Not really the card you want to see when you're on 6 life. So if I attack with everything, he will take 3 damage. 3 Scare Dash blocks 1, Fiend Hunter blocks another, he's taking 5, goes to 5, and he'll kill me on the swing back. If it goes to 5, Scare Dash, Cultist. The Flight Spirits will put me at 4, Fiend Hunter puts me 3, and Cultist can attack me. I reckon that's actually okay for me. I'm only attacking with 5 spiders though, I'm not too sure why I'm doing that. Oh, to hold back the spirits. So he's gonna block 1, kill 1, and then take 3 damage, goes to 7. And I guess I'll play my Orca Spirit and Hamlet Captain together, trying to push through that way. I reckon I could have attacked with definitely another spider there at least. And he probably wasn't going to attack with his spirit tokens, and I'm playing 2 blockers after, like post combat. Him playing a Pitburn Devil sort of messes up that math though. I mean, now that I have the 2 spiders back, I can actually block the fires. If he had fires, he only needs to do 1 damage to me, and then he launches the Pitburn Devils. Regardless of that though, I only have 1 turn to win, because he's going to end of my turn shoot me with the cultist, and during his turn shoot me by sacking the Pitburn Devils, doing 5 damage. We could have maybe got there in this game. We still only have more guys now than him. But once again, we're quite low on life. You're just gonna attack with everything, see if he misclicks. I think it's always worth doing this, just in case. We're actually down to not much time left. I mean, these games have gone quite long. And he's on about 6 minutes left of time. I'm on about 8 minutes. You'll hear me talk a lot about time during the drafts. I seem to think about it all constantly. The more and more better I get with Modo, the more time I think I start to save. But then, given I'm doing these videos as well, I'm trying to explain my thought processes. It's not worked as well, for the time saving element even. But we're ahead, so I guess we'll run down the clock, make him take his turn. Make him attack us properly and use his effects properly. All his clicks, all his optional triggers. This was definitely a desperate attempt. So, okay. He's on 3 damage. Did I miss 3 damage somewhere? Who knows? Okay, so he decides to shoot us with the way that we said he would. Oh, he decides not to. Let's just check out his graveyards, see what we need to worry about next turn, if we can side deck a bit better. Okay, we die, game 3.